him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which are not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among the men, being the firstfruits unto God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. So the 144,000 are the ones that sung a new song before the throne. So what is it talking about, the 144,000 being the ones that obey, the ones that do the Lord's will and follow the commandments, right? That's what it's saying, right? They're redeemed, right? The ones that obey, the ones that do are correct. And that's.
So when David's asking in Psalms, who will be able to dwell in thy holy hill? That's why they make the sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that makes a sacrifice from the heart, with their heart, from all their heart, will be able to stand on that hill.
Yeah.
Someone that seeks the Lord with all their heart.
And is sincere about it, right, Frank? When you seek the Lord with all your heart, you have to be sincere. You have to mean it, guys. You can't just go with just actions and say the words and act the part.
And the reason why is because God is holy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't stand before a holy God. It's like the high priest going into the most holy place.
Right.
He has to be.
He had to be blameless at the time. He had to clear his mind.
Right.
He had to be at ease. He had to be humble. He had to be totally submissive to God, or what would happen to him? He would die, right? When they would tie that rope around him just in case.
God wants us to be prepared to, so you can meet with us.
Perfect. We may be able to fool us.
Yeah.
Like I may be able to put on a facade for all of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
I may be able to trick you and say all the right things, act the right way, but in my heart, if I don't mean it and I'm not there, you would never know.
Amen.
But guess who would know? There you go.
Amen.
And you cannot be half-hearted and empty when you go before him and do his will, because it will show. Eventually it'll show, but he knows better. So
and
you
that's
have
the
to.
answer to the last question. What's the significance of having his name on your forehead?
Right.
Either you have the seal of God or you have the mark of the beast.
Right.
One.
Yeah.
I have a cousin who strongly believes that the only ones that will be saved and go to heaven will be the 144,000. I'm not going to mention the
Well.
denomination they belong to,